Before any kind of Dharma talks, the preliminary is to take refuge. Take refuge, that's in chanting. Take refuge means I take refuge in the Buddha, take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To completely know that Buddha is the infallible teacher, there's no equal. Also, the Dharma is a supreme medicine, or the supreme antidote to all sorts of suffering, unhappiness, also the antidote to all kinds of questions and problems, also difficulties we may have in life. Then the Sangha is a supreme companion, the supreme Dharma, assistance who guide you, love you, who assist you, teach you, nurture you, also pass on the teachings to you in order that you may get knowledge of the Dharma which was spoken by the perfect Buddha. For this reason, we take refuge in the beginning. We do the chanting of the Lord Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Then after the chanting, we confess from the Buddha up to the power point. We make prayers for all the holy lamas, for the holy gurus of the lineage, the holy teachers of the lineage. From the time of Buddha, from Manjushri, Masanga, and Maitreya, and Shamadeva, and Idyakola, and Chandrakirti, all the great masters, Buddha spoke to his disciples spoke to their disciples, their disciple, all the way up to my teacher, who I have received the teachings from. So therefore, before preliminary teachings, it's very auspicious to invoke the blessings of these holy, realized saints who have passed on. Yet, although they have passed on their energy, and their blessings are still available for us to contact upon. So to make prayers to all the holy Buddhist saints, not just the Buddhist saints of Tibet and India, also the Buddhist saints of China, the Buddhist saints of Thailand and Burma, and all the Buddhist countries in the world, Sri Lanka, India, all of them to ask them for the blessing that our mind may be clear to receive the whole Dharma. Then afterwards, the Buddha, the infallible Buddha, it's all his infallible disciples and their disciples will make prayers and supplications. That we invite them here. So we shouldn't think that the altar behind me is actually some photos or some paintings and some heart statues. We should think that actually Buddha is actually behind us, watching, blessing us like that. When we invite them, we make beautiful offerings that has been done here. Make offerings, beautiful water, smell, light, incense, music, perfume, food, and also good perfumes and smells. We offer everything up in the world that is beautiful, precious, and clean. We offer Buddha's order that we make destruction of miserliness, which is the real cause for poverty, spiritual poverty, physical poverty, or financial poverty. Then after we make offerings, and afterwards we make confessions of the negative actions we've collected from previous lives, countless beginning from previous lives, beginningless lives up to now, all the negative karma that we've collected in body, in the speech, and especially in the mind. We make confessions up to the Holy Buddha, who is infallible, who listens passionately, and we offer up our confessions. By making confessions, we humble our pride, and also we realize our mistakes, and we think about our mistakes, and we wish to turn a new leaf, or we wish to make a change. Therefore, we make confessions in order to make a new leaf, to make a new change. Then, after confessions, we rejoice in happiness of other beings. We rejoice in the good things that other people have. We try not to think about our enemies, even the enemies of people that have harmed us, people that have done negative things, spoken against us, trying to destroy our reputations. Even those things, the good things that's happened to them, long life, health, happiness, good family situations, and when they're sick, they become well, we should rejoice in one heart. And all the wonderful people in the world, such as the great Mother Teresa, the Dalai Lama, and in the past, the great people such as the Mahatma Gandhis, and the great people of the future who will come, all the good works, excellent work that they have done, great people, even great political leaders that have done great works, such as this country, Mahathir, and the great Dr. Mahathir, also great people like Jesus and Muhammad, all these great people, all the wonderful things that they have done to help humankind. We should rejoice, we should feel happy, and we should feel in our hearts how wonderful they are to have done these great things towards mankind, which is Jisvida, which means rejoicing. And that is the direct opposite of destruction of, jealousy. That's very important to rejoice. Then, to request the Buddha's to turn the wheel of Dharma. In Buddhism, we never go knock on doors and ask them, would you like to learn the Dharma? Would you like to learn about Buddhism? We never ask, we never force, we never coerce, we never hint. But Buddhism, or practice of Dharma, especially the Dharma teachings, must be a personal thing, must be something from the heart, something sincere. It should not be forced, it should not be coerced, it should not be, tricked into. But it should be done in a way that the person wants it and knows that they need it, they realize the value of it. Therefore, we request their teachers, or in this case, we request the Buddhas to turn the wheel of the Dharma, to turn the wheel of the holy law. And therefore, without requesting of the Buddhas cannot teach. Without requesting your Gurus, the Gurus cannot teach. So they can only teach on the basis of request. Therefore, in the prayers, we request the Buddha to turn the holy wheel of Dharma, and never to stop to turn the wheel of the holy Dharma until the end of samsara, or end of suffering existence. Then we also ask them to remain long. We ask our teachers, now we ask our Gurus, we ask the holy emanations of Buddhas throughout the world to live long, to stay long, and not to pass on, not to abandon us, not to lose confidence in us, not to lose faith in us, not to lose hope in us, although we are so infantile, although we are so worldly, so mundane, entrenched, although we are so stuck in our selfish, stuck in the thought of only benefiting ourselves and never others, not to be disappointed in us, not to lose hope in us, but to continue to remain, to teach, to stay, and to benefit us with holy nectar of the Dharma, which is the complete counter of all sufferings. Therefore, this is called the seven limbs, Limbs, seven limbs, which is the basis of all Buddhist prayers, the seven limbs. So whatever prayer that may be extensive or short or related to any deity or sutra, it will be based upon the seven refuge. The refuge is who? In a holy Buddha, who is infallible, who is free from all suffering, who is free from all problems, who is free from all diseases, and free completely from all the negative effects also it causes. Most importantly, it causes. And we take refuge in the complete the holy and complete Dharma. That can release us from suffering, the method, and in the holy Sangha, which are the spiritual companions that we look up to, and we also need to get Dharma from. And then, like when we're very sick, like when we're very ill, like when we're having lots of physical problems, we need to seek the refuge. We need to seek a qualified person that can take us, that can free us from this disease permanently, and it causes us to diagnose it, check it, to know what's wrong, and give us the proper medications. We need such a great reputed doctor. Then after finding the reputed doctor, only keeping the picture of the doctor, only reciting the doctor's name, or reciting praises to the doctor to other people, that in itself will not heal our disease. That in itself will not take away our disease, take away the pain, even for 1 second. So we must also take the correct prescriptions that the doctor has given us, the correct medicines that the doctor has given us. So the medicine that the doctor has given us, if we take it according to his instructions, of course, that we can come across our disease, across our physical problems. Then along with that, not just the doctor, not just good medicine, we also need very good assistants such as the nurses. The doctors cannot stand next to us 24 hours, but the ones who give us injections, the one that comes and checks us, the blood pressures and stethoscopes and our heartbeats, and also our pulse rates, are the nurses who take the records that present it up to the doctors that can give us a more clear diagnosis. So therefore, these three work in conjunction. With that type of example, the Buddha is like a great doctor. The Dharma is like great medicine, and the nurses is like great Sangha. They work accordingly. Therefore, what is the disease that we have? The disease that we have is inherent in all sentient beings. Sentient beings for all living beings, samsara, all living beings. So all living beings have inherently four major types of sufferings, which is birth, old age, sickness, and death. And in between, all the problems related to that, all the problems that come along with that, is inherent in all sentient beings. Those are caused by wrongful actions. Those are caused by wrong actions, wrong deeds, actions that bring harm to others, actions that bring harm to ourselves. Those actions are based upon negative thought or negative line. That line or that negativity, if we label it, it will basically be desire, hatred, and ignorance. So from ignorance, not knowing the distinctions between what is right and what is wrong on an ultimate level, not a mundane level, but on an ultimate level, not knowing what is wrong, what is correct, what brings harm, what brings happiness, on an ultimate level as spoken by the Buddha. This type of very deep ignorance, is the cause to all our sufferings. When this ignorance or these defilements or these delusions can be uprooted, then only can the mind change. When the mind changes, the action will accord. When the action accord, we change, and therefore the results cannot come. So all types of sufferings, all types of unhappiness, whether it's physical whether it's verbal, whether it's mental, whatever types of sufferings that we have is not given to us, is not presented to us, that is not punished to us by some kind of God, by some kind of demon, by some kind of spirit or devil. No God, demon, or devil, or spirit, or outer power can actually harm us or hurt us if we do not have the cause to be harmed. For example, if we were to go to a war-ridden country and we were to stand in the middle of the street during a war, during an outbreak, that would be shot. If we don't go there, we won't be shot. Like that, if you do not have the cause to get cheated, even if you're among many cheaters, many liars, you cannot be cheated. If you have the cause, which is that you have stolen and cheated other people in this life, in the previous lives, if you have that cause and you have created that karma, then even if you're among honest people, you will be cheated or you will lose your money. So anything that comes about that is negative, unhappy, or that does not bring satisfaction is not caused by our people. The temporary cause is our people, but the ultimate cause, but the real cause, is one's own negative actions that one has accrued from previous lives. Until that negative karma is destroyed, until that negative action is wiped out and purified, it will ripen again and again and again, over and over and over and over again, for you to receive unhappy states of mind, unhappy states of the body,